Glad you could join me in the kitchen today. I mentioned in my last video that I wanted to show you how to make biscuits that only take 2 ingredients, and they're shelf-stable ingredients. So like if this is something you want to keep around for a while and you can't get out, whatever, or if it's something you want to, for those of you who are prepping a little bit, if times get tough, who doesn't need a biscuit, right? This is not my recipe. I actually saw this on Appalachia Homestead. Patera made them, and I wanted to try them myself because hers looked really good and I just couldn't believe it. But this is whipping cream. I purchased it from Trader Joe's. It's shelf stable. I actually stuck this in the freezer just for a few minutes before we started, because it's really, when you make biscuits, it's supposed to be cold, and this wasn't. But let's see, I purchased this and the expiration date is July 2023. So I took the last ones off the shelf. If you searched around, you probably get some with the date further out than that. But anyway, it worked for my purpose of trying out the recipe. So there's my talking dog in the background. Let me let her out. Okay, I'm back. The other ingredient that we're gonna need is self-rising flour. And if you don't know, self-rising flour actually is just flour that has the baking powder and the salt added to it. So if you don't have self-rising flour, you can make these 4 ingredient biscuits, and you can add baking powder. It's 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder and 1/8 a teaspoon of salt per cup of flour. So anyway, it's important that you sift this. So I'm going to, I don't have a real sifter, so I'm going to sift this in a strainer that I have. And I'm kind of guessing at the amount of, when I saw these made, it was 1.5 cups of flour to this little carton of whipping cream. It doesn't say heavy whipping cream, but I've heard it's really, really thick. So we're gonna get this sifted into the bowl because we want fluffy biscuits that are gonna be delicious. And I'm always looking for shelf-stable things that, you know, don't take up room in your refrigerator, your freezer, but stuff you can have on hand. So if you want to make something, you have it. So, okay, our flour is sifted. Now we're going to open our cream. See if I can show you how thick. It's really thick. Can you see it going into there? Very, very thick. So I don't know, this is whipping cream. It doesn't say heavy whipping cream, but I don't know how it could get any heavier. So just, gosh, it really is thick. And I tried to shake it up, but the carton was so full that it really wouldn't shake. All right, I think I got it all out. Now I'm gonna mix. And like I said, I may end up having to add more flour. I don't know. We're gonna bake these in a cast iron skillet because that's my favorite way to do it. Mix, mix. I might need to move my camera so you can see in the bowl. Let me see if I can do that. Okay, I think I got the camera so you can better see in the bowl. Mixing. And I'm going to put some flour out here, and I'm going to knead it a little. Get my milk carton tab out of there. hope these are good, because it's sure an easy way to have biscuits on hand if they are. And who doesn't like biscuits, right? In the winter time, it's good to have a nice pan of biscuits with some homemade soup. Well, biscuits go with anything. You can have them for breakfast. Let's see, I'm out of the picture again, aren't I? Okay, so if your biscuits seems a little dry, just get your hands wet. That's what I just did, and work it a little bit in there, but not much because it'll get too sticky then. So go ahead and see, I'm out of the picture again, aren't I? I keep making my way over. Okay, we're gonna roll this out and see how many biscuits we can get out of this. I have not made these before. I'm trying it out first time with you. I've got some more gardening videos coming out soon. I'm excited about gardening season this year. I'm trying to have a lot of herbs this year, add a lot of herbs into my garden that I haven't had before, in addition to the tomatoes, peppers, onions. And if you all are ordering seeds, you might check out Baker Creek Heirloom Seeds. They have some of the most amazing seeds I've ever seen. I always have to get something just because it's a little different looking and try it. And most of the time things have worked out. Once in a while I'll find something that I won't grow again, but unfortunately that's not the case normally. Okay, we've got our dough raised out. I'll put a little bit more flour on here so we don't stick. And then we're gonna work it out a little bit more. Let's see if I can move my camera a little more. Okay, I think I have you better focused on what's going on here. So, I've got these rolled out. Let's see what we've got going here. Before we get going too far on that, I've got my oven at 425. Honestly, I can't remember what Patera had her oven at, but I'm going to add some butter to this skillet and I'm going to stick it in the oven so it can melt, because our biscuits are going to go in there. While I'm cutting my biscuits, I'll let the butter melt. And I'm cutting them with a glass because I don't have a biscuit cutter. Gonna get our skillet out of the oven. Our butter's melted, skillet's hot. And we're gonna put our biscuits in. I came up with 7 biscuits. All right, can y'all see that? I'm excited to see how they turn out. In the oven they go. I don't have an exact time. It's just gonna be until you like the way they look. All right, I think it's time to take the biscuits out of the oven. Let's see what we got. A nice little brown. Here's the taste test. They're delicious. Sorry. Those are amazing. I give them a thumbs up. Imagine with some butter and some homemade blackberry jam on there. We're gonna make blackberry jam here in a few days. I have a recipe that I like to cut the sugar a little bit, so we're gonna use some pectin that allows you to do that. And we may have to make another skillet of biscuits. I don't know. Those are pretty good. Thanks for joining me. See you next time.